What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss this Saturday's fight between Bryan Battle and Nursulton Ruziboev, UFC 319. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly and help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. We got a pretty special fight starting off the entire card, UFC 319, and that's how you know it's a stacked one. When you got Bryan Battle and Nursulton Ruziboev taking, it's a pretty fun way to open up the card, right? You got Bryan Battle, who is riding a bit of a, I don't know, like what, 5-fight win streak. I know he's got the no contest in there with the Lusa fight. And he's coming off with a very controversial decision victory over Randy Brown, UFC 310. He really has to really, him missing weight the way he did, then going out there and just not looking so good in victory. You know, a lot of people called it a robbery. It was a pretty suspect fight. And you saw that him missing weight was a big reason as to why he was the fresher fighter going into that fight, into the third round, right, against Randy. But Bryan Battle, he's a tough motherfucker, right? A guy who's a former heavyweight. He's really done what he had to do to kind of get to the weight that he can compete at, right, athletically. And being at middleweight, welterweight, that's a really good spot for him. He's a bit of a slow starter, but as the fight goes on, he's really able to find his range. He makes things dirty. He utilizes a lot of pressure. Reminds me a lot of Anthony Hernandez, just less polished with maybe a little bit, I don't want to say better striking, but I guess knockout power. And I guess that might be the Takashi Sato fight that might be kind of giving me a little bit more of that danger aspect when it comes to Bryan Battle's hands. I think maybe he has just more kicks. Anyways, but here against Nurleston, he has a pretty tough puzzle because where you have Bryan Battle, who is a slow starter, Nurleston is a bit of a fast starter. You know, I mean, over 30 wins in his UFC career, over 30 wins in his MMA career, a lot of them by first round stoppage. He likes to get the job done early. He starts off hot, fast, sharp. Showed that in his UFC debut against Bruno Ferreira. But since then, after losing his decision fight to Joaquin Buckley, he has kind of slowed his style down a little bit. His last, a third round fight, a second round fight, and I think another third round. So he has kind of paced himself out a little bit more as the competition has ramped up a little bit. But the guy, he's tall, long, lanky, 6'5", uses it very, very, very well. That's what we saw with the Bruno Ferreira fight. But with I keep wanting to call Bryan Battle Randy Brown. But with Bryan Battle, who's also tall, long, lanky, he's just very wide guy. So he's going to be able to match a little bit of that length. But I know that Nurleston has a really good reach. But that's just kind of my biggest thing here. Like, if Nurleston isn't able to put Bryan away early, how is that gas tank going to hold up rounds 2 and 3? Because Bryan Battle's style, he's sloppy, he's a little stiff, he's not the most athletic guy, but as he utilizes his pressure, zaps his opponent's gas tank, kind of lets them kind of get off first, he's able to really, use his game plan as the fight goes on. You see a lot of his fights, they go a round 2, round 3. That's where he starts to really work his magic on his opponents. And he doesn't make it look pretty. It's just grit, heart, will, determination. He's a dog. He makes it dirty. Likes to get into the clinch. And, honestly, I'm nervous for Bryan for the first 4 minutes. But after that, I think his chances of winning only increase. And that's the best way I can really describe. Like, I don't really see this fight going to the ground. I don't really see much grappling happening, unless Nurleston starts teeing off on Bryan and he just really, cinches onto a single leg. This is a tough one, though. This is a bit of a toss-up. A lot of this card is a bit of a toss-up for me. Great matchups. But I don't know. I think, if anything, if Nurleston gets the win, it's going to be within the first 3 minutes. And if Bryan Battle gets the win, it's going to be anything rounds 2 and on. You know, I think if it gets out of the first round, I think Bryan Battle is going to probably end up securing himself a decision victory. It took me way too long to say that. So if you guys are still here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But yeah, I think I don't have a definitive winner. I just have how it might play out as. I don't know. I don't know. I can't fucking talk today. So yeah, Bryan Battle, if it goes past the first round. Nurleston, first round all day. That's my analysis. I don't know. I'm off these past couple weeks, these past few fight cards. I don't know. Just feel off. Anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, but that's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.